Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have a nice Zerg versus Zerg on Lost Temple. This game was played as part of the Blizzcon Invitational 2010, and the adversaries today, the guys playing, are going to be Sen from Taiwan. He is a member of Fnatic MSI, and his opponent is MTW Dimaga, the Ukrainian blue Zerg player over here on the left side. Sen obviously over on the right as the red Zerg. And Dimaga, MTW, I believe is Mortal Teamwork. It's a European clan. And Fnatic MSI kind of spans the globe. They've got Canada, North America, South America, and also Lucifron in Europe. And I believe Sen is their only Taiwanese player, but they kind of are all over the place. But anyway, nice Zerg vs. Zerg game here. I have not watched it yet. I don't even actually know who wins. But you know, these guys are just so good. I wanted to cast it. Sen, actually, interesting note about him, he is coming to play at MLG Dallas this weekend, starting Friday, November 5th. Yeah, and he's going to try to battle it out against all the members of Team Liquid that are going to be there. Hydra's going to be there. Phoenix, Sen's very own clanmate, is going to be there. And check out both these guys with their scouting overlords, both realizing that their opponent is not there because there's no creep. It's very easy to know when someone is not there when you're playing Zerg versus Zerg. But anyway, check this out. Nobody's built a spawning pool yet. They both have 16 drones here. Actually, Sen going with one less drone. Looks like he's about to start a hatch first. And Dimaga just a little tiny bit behind on his hatch. But these guys haven't scouted each other. They don't even know that they're doing an identical build yet with that 16 hatch. Actually, Dimaga had one more drone before he sent his. That's why his hatch was just a tiny bit slower. So if we look at units right now, we can see that Dimaga does in fact have one extra drone. And he is going to start dropping an extractor before a spawning pool. It looks like Sen is going to be doing something a little different. His spawning pool is going to be first, right before his extractor. So both of these players will be able to get their speedlings going pretty quick. And let me set that to busy, sorry. What was I saying? Zergling speed, yes. So Dimaga has his spawning pool down. Sen has his spawning pool down first, just very slightly earlier. And this is not really indicative of anything too crazy yet. The fact that they're both doing the same thing means that they're both likely going to be getting Zergling speed first before choosing whether to build Banelings or Roaches. Sen showing up at this point in the game, sees that spawning pool, sees that hatch, and knows that Dimaga is on even footing with him right now. If we look at the unit tab, basically all we've got so far are drones for both players. Dimaga just slightly, teensy, tiny little bit ahead with that 17th drone earlier than Sen's. And I'm getting a little bit of frap slowdown. Sorry about that. I'm not sure how I can improve that other than knocking down the graphics another notch. But this larger monitor recording in a larger resolution seems to be pushing the limits of my computer, so I might have to switch it up again and go back down to 720 for good. But Queen coming out now for Sen, Queen coming out for Dimaga. Go back to production tab, we can see exactly how close they are in production. It looks like Dimaga is a tiny bit behind Sen. Their Zergling speed is almost identically producing right there, but Dimaga is going to do a little bit of a tech here with the Baneling Nest, while Sen has not built a Baneling Nest or a Roach Warren yet. Sen is scouting around, sort of. He has not seen that Baneling Nest yet. He is going to want to get some eyes on that before he decides what to do. Possibly sending these two Zerglings right now to go check out what Dimaga's doing. And Sen, on the other hand, content to just continue droning. Looks like he's at 28 of 36 food. Dimaga's at 32 out of 44, so he's one Overlord ahead and a little bit of food ahead. Looking good for Dimaga, actually. I'm not sure what Sen's waiting around for with that tech. Instead he's, oh, there he goes, in production right now, 20 lings. Dimaga has 22 lings in production, so I'm not sure what happened to those two little guys. Where'd they go? Did he run them back home? Units lost, maybe? Sen did lose the two lings. Anyway, Here we go. Here's some fighting about to happen. Speedlings against speedlings. Blue against red. Oh, and Dimaga gets a great surround on a good batch of lings right there. He takes a quick lead in the Zergling count. I'm going to leave that up just for a little bit. 30 lings against 14 on the field for Dimaga. Dimaga also has that Baneling nest already up. Spinecrawler's going down for Sen at his natural. And what is that? A Baneling nest of his own. Going to be completing here soon. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Dimaga really can't push in too far here with these Spinecrawlers completed, so Sen might actually have the upper hand here. He's morphing in Banelings right here in the front. Dimaga sends in all of his Speedlings and then the Banelings in the back to try and take out that Spinecrawler. He is successful there. He is going to be able to pick off this Queen and that Queen. Both Queens go down. Actually, that one finally goes down. Dimaga, with quite a few Lings left, is able to dodge some Baneling shots there with these Speedlings on the creep. That is, you know, obviously a negative side of ZVZ, as your opponent has benefit on creep as well as you. So Dimaga running around with his remaining Lings, streaming in more all the time. It looks like he still has a pretty good count, but Sen able to produce Ling after Ling and hold that off once and for all. So Sen able to defend that big push by Dimaga with a couple of key Baneling timings and just lots of production out of 2 bases, whereas Dimaga had to go all the way across the map, obviously. So Sen sending in about 15 Lings right now to the front of Dimaga's base. Dimaga is actually pulling all his Lings back to try and deal with this. I don't know why it looks like Dimaga's Lings are actually faster than Sen's. Of course, that's not the case. They are identical in every way. Neither player has any upgrades at all, except for that Zergling speed. And looks like Dimaga is going for round 2 of the Baneling bust. Sen, on the other hand, producing some Banelings to use defensively. He's got that one Spinecrawler up here at his natural, and just lots of Lings other than that. More Banelings and Queens being made. He has to replace those Queens that he lost earlier. Dimaga did a good job killing those off earlier in the match, but looks like we're not going to progress past hatchery play here, folks. Probably just going to be Ling Baneling all the way to the end, and maybe see a lair just to get Baneling speed upgrade, but can't be sure of that. Dimaga has superior Baneling numbers right now and superior Ling numbers. Check out his food. It's 62 food against only 40 for Sen. A couple of Banelings go down right there, so Dimaga looks like he got the positive end of that transaction, that interaction, that altercation. And, oh, Sen runs in, tries to get a couple Lings. Doesn't really get too much there for the price of those Banelings, so Dimaga's still looking good here. A couple of Lings get sent in by Sen. Of course, they are going to be not very effective as they run away. Dimaga, what are you doing? He sends the 2 Lings there to catch and destroy Sen's Banelings. But here we go. Dimaga's pushing in again. He's I don't know what Sen's doing with these 2 Lings at a time. He's not able to put any pressure on Dimaga as long as they're on equal bases. And check out the production tab. Both players getting a Roach Warren. Sen actually getting that Roach Warren much faster than Dimaga to try and hold off these Banelings a little bit better than his own Lings and Banelings, but that could actually put him behind a little bit further. Sen only at 43 food against 66 of Dimaga. He keeps wasting Banelings on just a couple of Zerglings at a time. He's sending just 2 or 3 at a time still up there as well. This Baneling, let's see what he's able to do, if anything. That Zergling might even kill him. Yeah, totally just killed 1 Ling with the explosion from dying. And Sen, oh, good for him, gets a single Zergling kill, but you know he's going to need some roaches out on the field quickly here if he's going to be able to hold this off. Dimaga still has Lings back at his base defending from those 2 or 3 that Sen keeps sending. Only 1 Spinecrawler up right now. 1 is uprooted, waiting to be plugged into the ground, so Sen a little bit slow there. Not sure why it was just hanging out there. Dimaga, what are you doing, buddy? He's getting his lair. Maybe going for that Baneling speed like I suggested a minute ago, but he does have his Roach Warren as well. Neither player actually building roaches. Oh no, Dimaga is getting 6 roaches right now, so Sen got that Roach Warren up first but didn't build any with it. Instead, he was trying to catch up on his Queens, catch up on his drones. If we look at units right now, Dimaga is actually ahead on drones. And Overlords and Lings and Banelings. He's ahead in everything, even roaches now, so looks like Dimaga just pulling further and further ahead. Backing off on the attacks for a little bit, just macroing up. Looks like that is doing him a world of good. That lair should be finishing up soon. An Overseer pops in real quick from Sen, but Dimaga wards it off with just a single Queen. That lair finally finishes. Upgrades being done now for both players. Double Evo chambers for both players with range attacks and ground carapace. Both players getting that Roach speed upgrade right now. Dimaga also, of course, could be getting Baneling speed as soon as he's able to afford it. But look at his spending. He's staying under 100 minerals and around 100 gas all game, as is Sen. So both of these Zerg players very, very good about their spending, especially as Zerg. It's very important to keep that macro up, as you should know by now. So Dimaga finally gets these slow, pokey roaches all the way across to Sen's base. They are going to take the front here because they do have the most HP and they are armored. Banelings moving in across the top now, seeing what they can destroy. It looks like a few roaches do go down. Queen sizzles in acid, and Dimaga left with the standing army means that he is going to be able to plow through this natural expansion here. He's got just too many roaches and Zerglings left alive, and Sen is forced to GG. Great game by Dimaga. You know, he did a good amount of damage there at the beginning to Sen's economy by killing those two queens, a couple of drones, and all those lings. And instead of just constantly throwing ling, baneling at this hatchery, he waited until he got the roaches up. He had the superior numbers. Not sure why Sen didn't keep up on the roach numbers since he did get that Warren up first, but that doesn't really matter. Dimaga just outplayed him early game and mid game and was able to take it pretty easily. He even tried to expand up here at the top toward the end. So great game to Dimaga. Hope you guys enjoyed that.